All right, everybody, listen. This is a live stream, and I will be interacting with the viewers, throughout this video. And let me just tell you this, if you're watching this on a replay, understand that you are not able to see the live stream chat for at least 14 hours after I've already finished this live stream, because it takes YouTube that long to process it, okay? Anyway, so the other day I did a Oscars video about Brendan Fraser. This was a couple days ago when the Oscars happened, and I deleted that video even though it had really good information in it. But I deleted it because I I was saying a few things that I shouldn't have said to a few people. But anyway, um, I want to rehash that, just a little bit of it, only the part about um, something to do with Elvis's comeback special uh, information, and I'm going to show you how it connects to, you know, why Brendan Fraser won on that day, okay? And hold on one second. I want to make sure there's actual people who can hear me, okay? So, just real quick, I'm going to rehash that information, and then we'll get into some new information. Not when I say new, I mean stuff I've shown in the past, but for the new people who've never seen it, I need to rehash this information, okay? That way they can see or try to catch up some. Anyway, so let's get started with this. Oh, hold on one second. I gotta set it up here. Give me 1 second here. So Brendan Fraser, he won. Brendan Fraser won for the movie The Whale, okay, and The Whale is like a beast out of the sea, okay, and I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea, and he won for an Oscar because he went up against the Elvis actor Austin Butthead. Anyway, so he wins the Oscar on 3/12, okay? That was the day the Oscars happened, the Academy Awards. And in the UK, they say the date backwards. They say 12/3. So 3/12 is the way we say it in America. They say the date 12/3. They say the day first, then the month. Okay? And this is important because notice that number, 12/3. Brendan Fraser was born on 12/3. Okay, and the reason I'm showing you this 12/3 connection is because it all has to do with Elvis. Okay, and let me show you why first, real quick. What the heck did I do with it? I actually don't even have the right paperwork. Hold on, folks. Here, let me just show you this first. Okay, Elvis had a comeback special aired on 12/3/1968, okay? And 12/3/1968 is actually Brendan Fraser's birthday, 12/3/1968. Like, folks, I had a different card. That's why it's all mixed up right now. I had it perfect on the other cards, but I somehow misplaced it. But anyway, Brendan Fraser was born on already. Sorry about that, folks. So Brendan Fraser was born on 12/3/1968, and Elvis's comeback special was aired on 12/3/1968. Okay, so you have the 12/3, okay? And I told you that Brendan Fraser won the Oscar on 3/12, and 3/12 can be said to be 12/3 if you say the date like they do in the UK. Okay, so That's interesting that he's born on 12/3. The Elvis's comeback special is 12/3. And I told you 9/11 happened in the year 01, and 6/11, the Seattle event, which I'm predicting is in 23, right? This year. So it's 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And Elvis's comeback special was 12/3 in 1968. Okay. So again, and that's why I was kind of showing this, because from Elvis's birth date, the day he was born, to Elvis's comeback special, which is the day Brendan Fraser was born, is 12,384. It's 1, 2, 3, and then 8, 4. And I told you Trump is going to get his head wound on 8, 4. Okay, so there's another connection to that, because I have two predictions. 6/11 is the Seattle event connecting to Elvis, and Trump gets his head wound on 8, 4. So there's the 12/3 connection right there. And of course, Elvis was 33 years old at the time. And you know how important that is if you've been watching my videos. But anyway, so again, here's another important clue, you know, which what I'm showing you here with the 1, 2, 3 connection. And how you know it's for sure, like, you know, something important is Elvis's comeback special, like I said, was on 12/3, and Super Bowl 1 to Super Bowl 23, that's when Elvis appeared. Elvis was the whole halftime show at Super Bowl 23. There's your 1, 2, 3 again. Okay? Elvis appeared at the halftime show at the 1, 2, 3. I mean, at the 23 Super Bowl. I mean, there's so much more to that Super Bowl that I could show you. Okay? You have to watch my Super Bowl video to understand how important that puzzle is. Okay? But let me yeah, I don't see many comments, so I guess you guys are watching the video. But so listen, folks, it's kind of a mess what I'm showing here. Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching all the videos I have on the channel. It's much appreciated. And remember, Elvis is the beast out of the sea, right? And you know that there was a animated movie that was nominated for an award at the Academy Awards. And let me show you what the name is. Hold on. I'm gonna have to put my phone on. Hold on, folks. Let me put my phone on quiet. We can't hear it anymore. Some troll trying to bother me. Hold on, let me put my other phone on. Okay. So they're gone now. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, so I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea in Seattle, right? And there was a movie called The Sea Beast. Look when it was released. When was the movie The Sea Beast released?
In Canada, The Sea Beast was released on June 24th, 2022.
So it was, hold on. I'm about ready to lose it, folks. When was the Sea Beast movie released?
In Canada, it came out on June 24th, 2022.
When was the Elvis movie with Austin Butler released? When was the release date of the Elvis movie?
In the United States of America, Elvis came out on June 24th, 2022.
So the Elvis movie came out on the 24th of June last year, and so did that Sea Beast movie. You know, and I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea, right? Look, it might not be that big of a deal, but when you consider the all the information that I'm putting out on the channel, then it's not a coincidence. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say here. And I know there's more here that I'm going to be showing. Look, folks, for the people who are watching this right now, you might be the only one seeing this, because I might delete the video because I'm all over the place with the with the information. Why am I why am I about to show this? Hold on 1 second. I know a lot of the truth community, they love the movie They Live, okay? And interestingly enough, there's an Elvis connection to that, which I've shown years ago, and I'm going to show it again here. Hold on. So let me show that real quick. So the movie They Live, okay, and I'll explain to you why it's so important. The theme of the movie. Okay, so They Live. It was John Carpenter, right? And it's got the same initials, JC, like Jesus Christ, and Jesus was a carpenter. They say, right? He worked with his hands, so that's another mockery of God. Okay. And live, sounds like Elvis, because Elvis is an anagram for lives and all that. And check this out. John Carpenter, he made an Elvis movie. He made it on 2/11. It was released in 1979. 2/11 is the 42nd day of the year, which is George Washington's original birthday. And Seattle is in Washington State, which is the 42nd state, and Elvis died at the age of 42. So it's interesting that it was released on the 42nd day of the year, this John Carpenter Elvis movie with Kurt Russell, which was the worst movie, by the way. I mean, anyway, and Kurt Russell, he was in that movie. It happened at the World's Fair, but he was only 5 years old, and he wasn't famous because Elvis was the first famous person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. But Kurt Russell was 5 years old in that movie. And interestingly, he played, in an Elvis movie later, And look, his full name, John Carpenter's full name is John Howard Carpenter, which equals 216 if you add up each letter. And Elvis Aaron Presley, he equals 216. And 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. And August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound, which happens to be Obama's birthday, but Trump gets the head wound on August 4th, which is the 216th day of the year. And I told you I was the first one to reveal that Barack Hussein Obama, his full name has a total of 666, but you're not going to understand that unless you've seen my calculator. But anyway, basically what I'm trying to show is that, it's all about Elvis, And interestingly enough, even the title, They Live, equals the exact same as the words The Crown. You see that? They Live equals The Crown. Same numbers, look. Same exact numbers. This is the forward, this is the backward. These are the totals right here. But and what's interesting is you see this total right here, 216, 81, 297 for the crown, same thing, 216, 81, 297. That equals the exact same as Elvis Aaron Presley equals in the front, because this number is way more important than the actual total right here. So for it to be 216, 81, 297 for Elvis Aaron Presley, that's telling you that he connects to the crown. 216, 81, 297. Okay, so I've shown this information before. This is nothing new. But anyway, I was just showing that. And here's something crazy. Well, I'll show you the crazy part in a minute. But Elvis, he used fictitious names. When traveling, he used John Burroughs, and he used John Carpenter also. As this is before John Carpenter was famous, and before John Carpenter even made a movie about Elvis. So Elvis was using the name John Carpenter because Elvis made a movie called Change of Habit where he played a doctor, and his name was Dr. John Carpenter. And in the movie, a doctor supposedly heals people, right? So again, it's mockery. Hold on, folks. Oh, my battery's dying. Oh well, I'll have to do without it. Anyway, so you have the JC, the initials for Jesus Christ. Anyway, hold on, folks. Hold on. Give me 1 second. No, I need the other one. Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that, folks. I wasn't prepared for the battery to die here on me. Give me 1 second. Go this way. Thank you, honey. Why is it not working? Is it? How come it's not? Oh, there it is. All right. See how great it is to have a wife. Anyway, thanks, honey. So here's the other information that I'll be showing. So look, John Carpenter. Look at this, will you? John Carpenter was born on 1/16/48. Look at these numbers. Think about how ridiculous this is. Trump gets his head one on 8/4. That's the backwards of 8/4 right there. And I told you the Seattle event is 6/11. Look at that, 6/11. You see what I'm saying? And that's John Carpenter's birthday, 1/16/48. Yeah. So again, just great coincidences. Anyway, so yeah, this video is not going well, as you can see. Oh man. Oh, somebody wants to know how my calculator works. Look, folks, it is kind of a long story, but I'm gonna try to make it. You know what? Yeah, I can't talk about it right now, but I know I asked you to ask me that. Can you wait till the end of the video? At the end of the video, if I remember, I'll do it. But right now, my brain is so racked because I'm not doing this properly, and I did this on the spur of the moment, kind of. And I'm like, what do they call it? Not befuddled, but whatever, man. My brain is all over the place. But real quick, let me tell you something about yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. Let me tell you something about that Silicon Valley Bank real quick. Interestingly enough, I told you guys that the 16 is very important to this puzzle, because Elvis, he died in the 16th state, which is Tennessee, and he died on the 16th day, right? August 16th, he died. There's a bunch of 16 connections, but and the insurrection happened on 1/6, right? This bank was the 16th largest bank, they were saying. Some kind of ridiculous stuff. But interestingly enough, the address, because the 33 is like a code. So this was all rigged from beginning to end. That's right. The address was 3003. Okay? So it's 33 with 2 crowns, And look at the name of the street. The street name was Tasman. Okay. For the people who know my videos, the fake news codes, I told you guys it's always the man or the son in their fake news videos. Okay. It's got the man in the name. 3003 Tasman. You know. So it's rigged. And I think their phone number, can somebody check their phone number? Is it 408? Because if that's 408, it's 804 backwards, which is the date of Trump head wound, right? Yeah. Anyway, so what else was I going to show? I don't know, man. Let me think here. What I can talk about. So if you remember earlier, I was showing you how 9/11, was in 2001, the 01, and then this year's the 23, the 123, which I was telling you had to do with Elvis's comeback special, the 12/3, back in 1968. But anyway, just real quick, let me show you this. Man, how am I going to explain this, man? Wow, this is way too difficult, man. You know what, folks? I might actually delete this video, man. This is just too much. It's too much info, man. But anyway, in the last video, I forgot to mention that because I was trying to tell everybody that everything has to do with the needle with Elvis. You know that the first time I've talked about this many times in the past, when it first happened, that, the first time the sickness came to America, it was in Seattle, the 19 sickness, you know what I'm talking about. And so the first case in America was in Seattle. Okay, according to the news, this is the very breaking news that first day it happened. And the first death was in King County, where Seattle is located. Okay, it was in King County, the first death of this, the 19, sickness. And who was the first person, the first famous person to get the sickness? It was Tom Hanks. Okay, Tom Hanks was the first famous person to get it. And I told you that Tom Hanks, every movie he does has to do with Elvis, and he was in that latest Elvis movie. All right. And what was Tom Hanks doing when he got the sickness? Because you remember, he was the first famous person that got the sickness. What was Tom Hanks doing? He was filming the Elvis movie. So again, connecting to Elvis and the 19, which is a crown, right? Because Elvis is known as the king. Seattle's in King County, and Corona means crown in Spanish. So I told you the 19 is a crown. Okay, because Lucifer lost his S, the letter S equals 19, right? Lucifer lost his S equals 19 crown and became Satan. Okay, and so that's why it's called the Corona 19. You know what I'm saying? Because the 19 is a crown. And the first clinical trials was in Seattle also. And even there was a show called Station 19 about firefighters that came out before the sickness came out, the 19 sickness. And that firefighter series was called Station 19, was based in Seattle. So it's another 19 connection. And by the way, I think the word station equals the same as the word Lazarus, but whatever. But anyway, because I told you Elvis is, the phoenix, the kraken, the beast out of the sea, the goat, the sea goat. And speaking of the 19, Elvis's last concert was in Indiana, in Indianapolis, Indiana. And what is Indianapolis, Indiana? Listen to this. What is the 19th state?
Indiana's,
See?
according to in.gov.
So Indiana is the last place Elvis had his concert, and that was the 19th state. Where was Elvis's last concert?
Indianapolis, according
See?
to myradiolink.com.
You see what I'm saying? And also, you remember I was just telling you about Brendan Fraser, right? Where was Brendan Fraser born?
Brendan Fraser was born in Indianapolis.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. You see what I'm saying? How it all connects together? Someone's saying something about an Indiana train glitch. I'm not sure. I don't know about that one. I know about the Ohio ones because I told you my videos are all about Ohio, where Trump could, because I've been talking about Trump getting his head wound in Ohio for years now. Okay, so I told you my whole videos are about June 11th, Elvis, Seattle, and August 4th, Trump head wound in Ohio. Okay. Yeah, exactly. What I was telling you, station and Lazarus equal the same. Okay, now, what else can I show here? So, yeah. So if you want to know more about the Lucifer losing his 19 crown, just go to the video on my channel called Lucifer Loses His S equals 19 crown, and it'll explain it. Now, speaking of the 1, 2, 3, check this out. Because, I told you all about the 12-3, because that's when Elvis's comeback special was 12-3. And Brendan Fraser was born on the same day that the comeback special was aired, 12-3-68, Elvis's comeback special. And I just showed all the Brendan Fraser's connections, but I was showing you the connections with the 1, 2, 3, right? Check this out. Hold on, folks. I'm not ignoring people's questions. It's just that my brain has got so much on it, folks. It's hard for me to focus on the questions. So check this out. So Elvis died in the year 77. And, I told you he was 42 years old. But look, Elvis died year 77, right? 1977. But the 77 is what's important here. If you were to subtract 23 from 100, you get 77, right? And, we're in the year 23. And look, you got the 1. You remember I was just telling you about the 1. The 1, 2, 3. So here's another 1, 2, 3 connection, okay? And the reason I'm even showing you this, because I guess this is not such a big deal, but when you see what I'm about to show you on the next thing, then you'll understand why I'm showing this. So Elvis died, I told you, in the year 77, right? The 77th prime number is 389, okay? The 77th prime number is 389. If you were to deduct 389 from 1,000, look what you get. 611. Can you believe this, man? Because what happened that year in 1977? I told you that, because I told you that the Seattle event is going to be on 6/11, right? And what happened that year that Elvis died? In 1977, in horse racing, the sport of kings, because Elvis was known as the King, Seattle's in King County. In 1977, there was a Triple Crown winner. The horse's name was Seattle Slew, and he won it on 6/11/77. You see? Slew Seattle. They're going to destroy Seattle. I told you that. And that's the same year Elvis died, you see? I mean, think about what I'm showing you here, man. You know, the 77th prime number is 389, 611. I'm just saying, these are crazy coincidences. That's all I'm trying to show here. It may not be a big deal to some of you, you know, but anyway. So what else can I show here? Oh, speaking of the 12-3 again, the 1-2-3. Here it is again. Check this out. By the way, I had already showed this information a couple days ago, but I had to remove that video because I said a few things I shouldn't have been talking about. So I removed that video, and that's why I'm rehashing it. But I'm all over the place, you know. Over in that video, I did it really good, but here I'm not, and I'm adding stuff. That's why I'm messing everything up. But speaking of the 12-3, 1-2-3, check this out. Because you know Elvis, he died. I mean, he was born. Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, right? And the initials is TM. Look, T is the 20th letter, M is the 13th letter. There's your 1-2-3 again. It's the same three numbers again, 1-2-3. And I told you it equals 33. And you know, in 1968, when Elvis made his comeback, he was 33 years old. And the date of the air that it was aired was 12-3. Do you get what I'm showing you? The comeback date was 12-3. 1-2-3 with a crown. TM equals 33. Elvis was 33 years old in 1968. Okay. And then Elvis died in Memphis, Tennessee, which is the MT. So it's the same letters. So he went from the TM, Tupelo, Mississippi, where he was born, to the MT. 33 and 33 is 66. And the word twin equals 66. And Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, right? Okay. So what the point I'm trying to make is he went from the TM to the MT, because, you know, Elvis's tomb is MT. And, you know, Martin Luther King, he was killed in Memphis, Tennessee in 1968 when Elvis turned 33. So the king, Elvis is known as a king. He had the king whacked, you know, in a ritual. Who knows if he actually was killed or not. But the point is, a king was killed in Memphis, Tennessee for Elvis. Okay? Elvis was alive, of course, in 1968 when Martin Luther King was supposedly killed. But the point I'm trying to make is, what is the chance of that? That the special was aired on 12-3, the comeback special, Elvis's comeback special. And Elvis was 33 years old. Okay? Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because, remember I was telling you about the 9/11 connection to the 12-3, right? You remember? Because it's 1-2-3, the year 1-2-3 for 9/11 and 6/11, 1-2-3, right? 12-3. Forget about the 2020. But look, Elvis's age on 9/11, the day it happened, is 66 years old, right? Because I told you it was 33 years in 1968. From 1968, another 33 years to 9/11. Anyway, so from Elvis's birthday, he was 66 years old. The word twin equals 66. The Twin Towers fell, right? Anyway, so on June 11th this year, he turned 88 years old. And I told you the words the Antichrist equals 154. And look, his age was 66, and now he's 88. 66 plus 88 equals 154. You see? And it has to do with the 1-2-3 connection. 12-3, his comeback special. Right? You see what I'm saying? And the reason I was showing you the 33-33, because see, the 33-33 makes 66, right? But also the threes, if you put them together, you know, turn the 3 backwards, one of them, it would make an 8. You get what I'm saying? So not only does it make a 66, the 33-33, but it makes the 88. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if you ask yourself, what is the chance of these connections? You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? So I'm just saying the 154 is the Antichrist number. Okay? And check this out. So remember, Elvis turned 88 years old this year, right? This is a mess, by the way, because I was not prepared. Like I said, I wasn't prepared. So pay attention. You have to pay attention or you're not going to understand this. Elvis turned 88 years old this year. So from 8/8, the date, to Elvis's birthday, 1/8, is 154 days. And I just told you the Antichrist number is 154. And Elvis turns 88 this year. From 8/8 to Elvis's birthday, 1/8, is 154 days. From Elvis's birthday to June 11th is 154 days if you don't add the day. And then from June 11th to 11/11 is 154 days. And why is 11/11 important? Because that's when Washington State was founded. 11/11, Washington State, where Seattle is 154 days. So look at that. Elvis turned 88 this year. 154, the Antichrist number. And Elvis was born on 1/8. He died on 8/16. Look at the numbers, 8/8 and 6/11, right there in his date of his birth and his death. 88, 6/11, 88, 6/11, because that's when the Seattle event happens. But everything has to connected to the Antichrist, which I just showed you is the 9/11, 6/11 connection. Okay. Anyway. Look, folks, you try and do this, all right? Like I said, folks, this is like trying to explain the unexplainable. It will drive you crazy trying to put out this information and to make it cohesive, you know? So whoever got here late, let me tell you something. You didn't really miss. I mean, you have to watch from the beginning to fully grasp what I'm showing, but I did not present it well. I did not present it well, okay? But it's still very important, and I might have to do this video over again, and this time I'll try to make it more cohesive, okay? So when I do that video over again, this video, I mean, I will delete this one, but for now I'll leave it up, even though I'm, you know, not proud of it, but still. But anyway, what else can I talk about? Look, folks, like I said, there's so much, you know, to talk about, but I don't know. Listen, let me just take one phone call while I'm thinking of something. So if anybody wants to call, you can call me at this number, but you don't call on a private number. Nobody's going to see it, okay? Just me. And I do not care about your stupid number. Okay, so don't worry about me. Uh, so the phone number to call me is 1-818-405-0683. All right. So if you want to call now. It's 1-818-405-0683. So I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about. Anybody have anything to say? Yeah, I appreciate the kind words, for the people who are understanding how difficult this is. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, folks, you've got to watch all my videos to fully grasp the magnitude, and make sure you watch the video section and the live section, because, and you try to watch it in order by the dates. That's what I would do if I was you guys, because if you're skipping videos, I might be talking about referencing a video that I did that you haven't even seen yet. You know what I mean? If you're doing it backwards. I mean, if you're not doing it in order, so that's why I said check the video section, then check the live section, which date is which first, Anyway, real quick, since nobody's calling in, let me show somebody. Somebody was asking me how my calculator works. Let me just show them real quick and tell them what it means. Hold on. So let's just I'm gonna make it easy by just putting one letter, okay? Because I told you the most important letter is the letter O. It's a crown, okay? So let's use the letter O to explain how my calculator works, okay? Okay, so you see the letter O? So the letter O equals 15, because it's the 15th letter of the alphabet, okay? Now, what is this number below it? It's the reduced number. Reduced means 1 plus 5 equals 6. So for the letter O, it's equals 15, this is the most important number. Then this is the second most important number. 15 and then 6 is the reduced number, and then the total is 21, okay? Like I said, my calculator gives you the totals. Now, what is this back number? This is what O equals backwards. Backwards means if you were to start from the letter Z being number 1 and you went forward, or whatever, if you want to start from Z, going, let's say Z is over here, Z would be 1, and then you would go to O, it would be the 12th letter going backwards. So O is 15 going forward, 12 going backwards. Now, what is this? This is the reduced number. 1 plus 2 is 3. And that's what I was just showing you guys with the 1, 2, 3. 12, 3, right, is the backwards, the comeback, which I've talked about this before already, but now that it's right here, I might as well explain it to you why this is so important. So, man, how am I going to show this? Hold on, folks. So notice that I told you everything is about the crown, okay? It's all about, it's about Elvis getting his crown, okay? And of course, Trump is going to get a crown too. And then they're going to go straight to hell, both of them. But check this out. Listen. So notice that it's 15 and 6, right? Did you know that the 156th prime number is 911? So did you see what I just showed you? So the letter O is 15 and 6 reduced. 156 prime number is 911. Okay? And it happened in the year 2001, 2001. Do you see it? 21. So the 156 prime is 911, and then it happened in 21, 2001. Because if you don't count the double zero, because they want 2 crowns. You see what I'm saying? And then I just told you that 911 happened in the year 01, and that 611 is going to be in 23. So there's your backwards crown. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So forget about this part. But anyway, 15.6, the 156 prime number was 911. Then the next 911 is going to be 611. And I told you the 911 happened in the 01 year. And the next one is going to be the 23. 1, 2, 3. Elvis's comeback special was on 12/3. Brendan Fraser won for the whale on 12/3. He was born on, he won on 3/12, the date, and he's born on 12/3, the same day the comeback special. I know I'm all over the place, folks, but like I said, you try to explain the unexplainable. Yeah, so, and yeah, there's much more to my calculator, but I'm not gonna try to. I don't know if I can explain it all to you now. Yeah, I appreciate that to the people, trying to understand what I'm showing. It is so complicated. Is it really? You see, I don't really pay attention to what parallel we're on, but someone's saying that Seattle's on the 45th parallel. I don't doubt it. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard people talk about the 33rd parallel and stuff like that. I'm sure that's important. I just don't know. I know the 33, what it means, but, and the 45th is very important because Elvis has been dead for 45 years. Trump is the 45th president. It's all, everything's important in this puzzle. Is the Elvis dying at the age of 42, Washington being the 42nd state where Seattle is, and the 45. Like I said, you got to watch the videos, all the videos, to understand how important the things I'm mentioning are, even though it might be confusing to you now. Yeah. Yeah, these numbers have to match. Okay, if you've seen the videos, what I've been putting out, you understand that they literally have to match perfect for this magic, this, for it to work for them, whatever the hell they're trying to do. Yeah, Elvis. Yeah, Elvis is the Batman. Yeah, which I've been saying. Trump thinks he's the Batman too. Trump is like Bruce Wayne. Elvis's alter ego. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I mean Batman's alter ego, Bruce Wayne. But and in the Elvis, he died in Memphis, Tennessee, right? In Tennessee, the state, and what is the address for the Batman building? And I've been telling you guys about the ATA code, okay, which is the ATTA, which connects to Manhattan and Seattle. I'll tell you in a moment. But you see this building Address for AT&T building in Tennessee. I don't know why it's not showing. Anyway, let me just show it to you real quick. Yep, that's right. It is Satan. It's Satan. Anyway, let me just show you real quick the address before I show you what the building looks like. So the AT&T building is in Tennessee, right? Where Elvis died in Tennessee. Look, it's at 333 Commerce Street. Look at those threes, right? And yeah, interesting address too. The EL 37 is the EL. So it's the AT&T building, but let's look at it. And why am I showing you that? Because it's known as the Batman building because it looks like Batman, you see? And it's got two needles, you know. It looks like Batman's face, you know. Like the mask of Batman. You see the two needles. I've shown this years ago. And notice it's got 1, 2, 3 layers right here. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3. The 33, get it? And it's got the two needles on the top because Trump and Elvis are the twin needles, you know. And remember it's at 333, right? The address. Now look at this. How many floors is the Batman building in Tennessee?
33-story.
Look at
According
that.
to Wikipedia, the AT&T building is a 617-foot, 33-story skyscraper completed in September 1994 and located in Nashville, Tennessee.
So there's another connection. You see that? Yeah, there was another AT&T building that there was an explosion near. And I did that video having to do on Christmas Day, like a couple years ago or something. Yeah, I did a video on that. And the AT&T building, why that's so important, folks? Just real quick, let me just show everybody who's never seen my ATA videos. So the first hijacker on 9/11 hijacker. I don't even know how to spell that. 9/11 hijacker. His name was Mohammed. Whatever. Okay, his name was Mohammed Atta. What is supposed to be Mohammed? He was the first hijacker. His name was Atta. A-T-T-A. Okay? Like I said, I discovered this back in 2000, right after 9/11. So, Mohammed Atta, right? Now, where did 9/11 happen? It happened in Manhattan. You see? Manhattan. It has the Atta. You see? So the guy who was the first hijacker, his name was Atta. Manhattan is where 9/11 happened. Has the Atta, the A-T-T-A. And they called it the 9/11. They called it the 9/11 attacks. 9/11 attacks. ATTA again. You see that? And by the way, CKS equals 33. Those three letters. But anyway, attacks. There's your ATTA, ATTA, ATTA. You see? The hijacker, Manhattan, and 9/11 attacks, right? Now, then so what were the airplane? The airplane that struck the tower was American Airlines. And it hit the Twin Towers. Look at that. So the American Airlines plane AA hits the Twin Towers, the TT. You see that? There's your ATA again, ATTA, the ATA. You see? I mean, just ask yourself, what is the chance of these ridiculous coincidences, of all the ATA stuff, that I just showed you, right? Did you guys understand that? All right. And of course, Manhattan, which I was just showing you, has the ATA, right? And Seattle has the ATT. You see? The AT&T. Now what's missing? It's missing the A. See, in order to make the ATA complete, it needs the A. It's missing the A, the Seattle, to make ATTA. Where's that A? The A is right here. It's in the Space Needle. You see? The space. This is a bad job I did because I didn't try to draw. So there's your A. The Space Needle in Seattle looks like a big A. Okay? So there's your ATT and A when they destroy Seattle or whatever's gonna happen. So there's your, finishing whatever the heck they're gonna do. All right. So anyway, I think that's all I'm gonna show, folks. This is, like I said, this video was all over the place. No cohesiveness whatsoever. All right. And by the way, the word Space Needle equals fallen angel. Okay. If on my calculator, which I will show, and the only reason I'm showing you this right now is because it's important, because I am going to end this video with this particular thing that I'm going to show you. So hold on. Hold on. So look, fallen angel. Hold on, folks. Fallen angel equals 89, 44, backwards 208, 55. 89, 44, 208, 55, right? So it equals the exact same as Space Needle, you see? Space Needle equals 89, 44, 208, 55. So Fallen Angel equals Space Needle. And there's a reason why I'm showing you that. But real quick, you know what the anagram is for Space Needle? It's EL. EL means God in Hebrew. EL needs cape. If you take that S, put it with the word need, so it's EL, God, EL needs cape, CAPE, like Batman or Superman. You understand? L needs cape, CAPE. Or it could be EL escapes escape den. E-L, take one of the E's, add it here, it would be escape. L, escape, den, D-E-N. Okay? L, escape, den. So it's like basically saying that Elvis is going to be birthed out of the sea in Seattle. But anyway, the reason I was showing you that Space Needle equals fallen angel, because there was a pitcher, okay, who was killed on the California Angels baseball team. So California Angels pitcher was killed, and they made the biggest deal out of this, right? Because nobody knew of him. I didn't know who the heck he was until after he died. But why they make such a big deal? Because of pitcher named Skaggs who died. So what was important about this guy? Let me show you. What was important is that he wore the number 45, see? You see the 45? I told you Elvis has been dead for 45 years. Trump is the 45th president. Okay? And this is important because remember, he died, this guy. So he's a fallen angel. Do you get it? Space Needle is the fallen angel. And look at this right here. You know why they have that there on the shirt? That looks just like the Space Needle. Because the big A in Anaheim.
According to Anaheim.net, the big A, 20.
You see this thing right here? It looks like the Space Needle, you see? Man, come on. I'm about ready to lose it. You see what I'm saying? It's got a halo at the top and it's a big A. Just like I just told you about the ATA, the ATTA. And that's why they're trying to tell you what's coming. That it's the 45. Elvis has been dead for 45 years. You understand? And Trump is the 45th president. And it looks like the Seattle Space Needle. Okay? And that's where he played that fallen angel. And they made a big deal about that guy dying, by the way. That picture. They had the whole mound full, see? Right here. They had all the number 45 jerseys on the pitching mound. And why is that important, this pitching mound? Because, see, the pitching mound is, it looks like the top of the Space Needle. Okay? The pitch, a pitcher's mound. And remember, Trump is the 45th president, right? And I told you Trump's also going to get, see, it's killing two birds with one stone, with that pitcher who's dying. They're showing you that the Seattle Space Needle is going to come down, that Seattle's going to get struck because Elvis has been dead for 45 years, and also because Trump is the 45th president. So his number was 45, the pitcher, the fallen angel. Space Needle equals fallen angel, right? So it's going to come down, connecting to the Seattle event, right? Because Elvis has been dead for 45 years for this June 11th event. And then Trump is also going to get a head wound, right? And he's the 45th president, right? And that's why I told you, it's everything about the 45, right? And also because it's the pitcher's mound. And, the pitcher is the number one person on the roster. Like, when they tell you who's in position number one is the pitcher. Anyway, and the mound connects to Trump because Trump's going to get his head wound in Ohio, which is what I've been showing from years ago about the serpent mound in Ohio, right? There's a thing called the serpent mound, and who was doing the snake poem is this Trump. You know, he's telling you who he is. You know, because like I said, Trump is like the Antichrist in the flesh, because Elvis is the unseen Antichrist who is going to be worshipped, but Trump is the abomination who's going to be walking around after he gets his head wound, because he's going to survive that head wound. You know. Anyway, like I said, the two beasts of Revelation are Elvis and Trump, okay? Did anyone not get what I just showed? Okay? You got to go watch my videos about the picture, about the pictures and how important that is, the Ohio Serpent Mound and the pictures. Okay? And yeah, Elvis's anagram is lives. That's why you had the Black Lives Matter everywhere. Lives is lives. Okay? Elvis lives, lives, and Levi's, which I told you the Levi's emblem is an upside down crown. And Levi's is Elvis. And there's much more. You got to go watch the videos to understand it. There was one more thing I was going to mention. Darn it. I forgot. Unbelievable. There was one more connection to this. And by the way, Seattle was known, because you know Manhattan is in New York, right? Was Seattle known as New York first?
According to Seattle.gov, white settlers came to the Seattle area in 1851, establishing a town site they first called New York, and then adding...
See what I'm saying? So they even called Seattle New York. And what else? Yeah, I know I'm forgetting something, folks. There was one more important piece that I'm forgetting, connecting to this puzzle. So I was talking about the 45, the pitching mound. Yeah, I'm lost now. Like I said, folks, I'm trying to put out too much information at one time. And that's why I'm all over the place. Yeah, I've talked about Elvis and the water event, because Elvis equals water. And Elvis equals reset. His numbers equal the exact same. Elvis equals water. Elvis equals reset. And that's how God reset the earth, with a flood. Okay, so with water, and that's exactly, and the Seattle is named after a guy named Chief Seattle, and they were calling him Noah. Okay, so again, you have a Noah connection, because that's Noah had to do with the flood and the reset. Well, that's the thing. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in Seattle. All we know is that it's going to be a spectacular event, okay? This Seattle event on June 11th. And what's going to happen is, after the event, somehow it connects to Elvis, and also that it connects to water. And like, it could be a flood, it could be a sinkhole or sinking. That's why I'm telling everybody, get the hell out of Seattle. Or to me, I would get out of all of Washington State. But if you can't get out of Washington State, at least get out of King County and stay away from the water. Yeah, I've talked about all the water connections. You got to see it. Yeah. Anyway, there's so much more, folks. If you just watch the videos, then you'll totally understand it. No, I haven't decoded Shark Tales. Is that a cartoon? Because I usually don't look at the cartoons, you know? I mean, once occasionally I'll show something. All right, I'm just going to end the video. I know I'm forgetting something, but what am I going to do? Um, yeah, I think I've had it, folks. I think I've lost it finally. Anyway, all right. God bless everybody. And, for the new people in the chat, hey, welcome to the channel. And hopefully, I'm not sure if all of you believe in Jesus, but if you don't, you will very soon. Just keep watching this channel. All right. And, but hopefully you get right before you see a sign. But I'm telling you right now, you better get right with Jesus, man. Because you have no idea what's coming, folks. Anyway, because once this beast is revealed, the beast out of the sea is revealed, then you have the August 4th Trump head wound. After this June 11th Seattle event, then the August 4th head wound, then the the ball just moves quick after that, folks. All right. So I'm just telling you, then they're going to start to implement everything by next year, within a year or two. So basically, your time is short once the beast is revealed. And then the return of Christ, is the next, the next thing. Anyway, what was that? There was one thing. Oh, someone's saying take a call. Look, I'll wait 5 more minutes. That's it. So if anyone wants to call in, it's 1-818. So it's 1-818-405-0683. I'll take one call, all right? Anybody want to call now? Yeah, God bless you. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Yeah, there's in the Bible, I've talked about that, the Leviathan, because it sounds like Levi, like Elvis is an anagram for Levi's. Leviathan. Yeah, Free Willy too is Jesse's that brother. Why is there a Jesse reference in Free Willy? I didn't see that movie. Yeah, I appreciate that. To all the new people, God bless you and welcome to the channel. Like I said, get on this channel, Jesus is God. Okay, so to whoever doesn't know that, you better know it. Anyway, so yeah, nobody wants to call in. I tried that last time. Nobody called in. I don't care. It doesn't matter. And again, folks, pay attention. I've been talking about this for 5 or 6 years now, and I've been talking about Trump before he even was elected. And I told everybody he's going to bring on end of days, and but the predictions, of 6/11 and August 4th, like I said, I've been making for many years. And it's coming, like I said, it's coming to the end right here, all right? So get ready. Oh, and by the way, for the people who don't know, I've had 41 channels terminated by YouTube. 41. Because of my fake news videos that they didn't like, because I was showing how all their news is fake because of the codes that I discovered years ago. And So I lost 41 channels and thousands of videos. But as far as the Elvis videos that I lost the Elvis Trump Seattle, Ohio videos. I lost over 500 of those videos on one particular channel that got taken down. So this is my 42nd channel. And then I started a 43rd and a 44th. But the 43rd and 44th is just basically the same videos as here. Okay. So you don't really need to go there, but if you want to subscribe to those, go ahead. So you're saying in Free Willy there was a Jesse character and an Elvis character? I'm a little confused. I'll have to check out what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're saying. Because it's interesting because I just told you Brandon Fraser won for the whale because it's like the beast out of the sea thing. Yeah, look, any channel who talks about my content, that's great. I'm just saying, I was just saying that I don't think he would have mentioned my channel if there wasn't a little bit of pressure on that particular channel to mention me before he starts talking about a lot of the stuff that I'm already talking about. So, you know, you'll see if you watch my videos, you'll see that I've talked about this for all this time. Oh, someone's asking about what's that weird noise? It's some kind of battery charger that's making that noise. So I apologize. No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen on 6/11. So get ready. Anyway. But anyway, the fact that he mentions my channel on his channel, that's great because the more people we can help, that's what we want to do. Okay? I have never monetized my videos. I've never asked for donations. I don't have PayPal. I don't have whatever the hell people do on their channels. I don't do that stuff because when I got on YouTube, I told everybody that I want you to see what truth looks like. See it in the face, look at it, because that's what it looks like. Because I never trusted anyone on YouTube. They either didn't show their face or they showed their face. They asked for money, donations, monetize it. You know what? I never did that because I wanted people to know that I had no agenda and I was here only for the truth. And that was it. And that's what I've done. That's why, and that I proved it by losing 41 channels and keep coming back with 0 subscribers and starting all over again. Okay. Anyway, folks, yeah. So I'm just letting you know what. By the way, I will be doing a testimony video for the new people in a very near future. I'm going to start from the very beginning, how I discovered all of this from like literally from my childhood, that I was destined for this, and you'll see how it all comes together, leading me to this moment in time and everything leading to Jesus. Okay. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end the video here. God bless all of you. Appreciate the kind words. Jesus is God. I will leave this video up for at least a few days, if not more, until I redo this video with more cohesive, you know, whatever the heck I'm trying to say, order. Anyway, and next time you won't hear that battery charger. The reason you're hearing is because I have the phone plugged into it. I'll make sure to charge my phones next time. All right, folks. God bless. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. End of video. Jesus is God. End of video.